What's going on, guys? Waffler here. I wanted to make a video on how I make popcorn. I know that y'all probably don't have a machine like this. They're like 150, 200 bucks. I'd recommend it if you're about the popcorn life. If not, you can use the Whirly Pop, which is what I used to use all the time. I used to work at a movie theater a long time ago. It was my very first job. It was a Carmike movie theater. And we used to make our popcorn very specific. It didn't use, it was like the oil that we cooked it in was very thin and buttery. And a lot of the oils I see online are like coconut oil that's been dyed orange. I found that that's good and all, but it just did not taste exactly how the Carmike Cinemas popcorn tasted. So I've gone and looked online, and I think I found exactly what I need. And I've made this popcorn quite a few times, and I really, when I eat it, it brings me back to that movie theater perfect popcorn. One of the main things that you are going to need is this stuff, Snappy's Butter Burst. This is the oil that I use to cook my popcorn in. I don't use the coconut oil or anything. It's just this liquid butter. When I worked at the movie theater, we would push a button, and when we pushed that button, oil that looked exactly like this would pour into the machine, and then we would add our other ingredient, which I keep in here. I also would recommend buying something to put the oil in, because I don't want to be messing with this big jug all the time. So I have this, it just pours. I don't want to tilt it over, because when you tilt it, it pours. I got this, which is good. The butter is good. This butter is good. When you put it in a squirt bottle like this with a little tiny hole, when your popcorn's done, we're gonna squirt the butter on top. It's not gonna be like warmed butter, but it's gonna be butter topping on top of the popcorn. So not only are you cooking it in the butter, you're topping it with the butter. It's like a two combo that is just, it's key, it's a necessity. And then the second thing, Flavacol. This is buttered salt, okay? It's a buttered salt, and it doesn't take much. One thing is gonna last you for your entire popcorn experience, I promise you that. And it's super salty. Like, sometimes I'll season other things with it just because it's like, oh, I need some salt and some butter. Let me just dash of that, like, whoo, boy, I got that salty butter going on. So get yourself the Flavacol, and get yourself the Butter Burst oil. Those two are essential. As far as the kernels that I use, there are different types of kernels that you can get, okay? There's these kinds, and I know it's kind of hard to tell the size, but they're a little bit big, okay? But they sell these other kernels that are a little bit smaller. I actually prefer the tinier kernels to the bigger, bulkier ones. Not only do you get more popcorn per, it's just little small ones, and delicious. That might be a little bit different than our kernels did not look this small at the Carmike. So there's where I am tilting the rules. If I did want it to look big, like the big popcorns, I would use this. So I can still make it if I need to. For this popcorn, if you look up Amish popcorn on Amazon, you will find this. So the Amish make popcorn apparently, and it's actually, I like it a lot. And then you're gonna need 1 cup and a half cup. If it's 1 cup of kernels to half a cup of oil, very, very easy. It's not that crazy. And if you're using it in like a Whirly Pop, I assume you can make this without it overflowing. I don't know. You might just need it's an easy thing to have. So, also, just for fun, I have these things. And a little popcorn box. So you can really have that theater feel. So without further ado, I will start the show. And also, one more thing I want to say. To really up your game, buy this powdered cheese dust. You can make macaroni with this stuff too. I've never done it. I only make cheesy popcorn with it. So I'm gonna toss a little bit up and show you what it looks like, but don't sleep on the cheese dust. All right, let's make some popcorn. Alrighty, so I have my 1 cup of popcorn, and I just wanted to show y'all this is how I do. I got my butter in the little container, and you just go boom. Pours that straight in. Don't have to mess with that big old jug, and it's as simple as that. That's when you want to get fancy. I'm just kind of showing off. So anyway, here's my popcorn machine. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn it on real quick. Start the spinner. Try not to shake all the oil out. All right. And there we have it. We got liquid gold in there spinning around. I'm just gonna let it heat up just a smidgen. Alrighty, and while it's heating up, I'm gonna add the flavor coal. This is 1 teaspoon. That's enough to make it buttery, extra salty. It's not extra salty, but it's gonna be salty popcorn, just like the movie theater. Spin around. Oh man, you can smell this. You can already smell it, and my mouth's starting to water. Alrighty, I think it's getting hot enough. I'm gonna go ahead and add my 1 cup of kernels in. And you will see it. You could just see all the oil scooping around those kernels. And you want it to be saturated like that. You want to have a lot of oil. That way your popcorn's going to come out yellow and gold. And then you know this popcorn's been coated in oil and butter and all the good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and close this because it's not going to work if we don't leave it alone for a second. So let's just wait, and once it starts popping, I will show y'all what it looked like. I wanted to show y'all, so while I'm waiting for it to get there, you can see pretty good through the glass. Once it actually starts flowing, a bunch of steam's gonna start coming up. It might make it a little bit foggy, but that's how you know all that steam gets that popcorn just boom. And just one more moment, we about to be taking off. All right, you can see that it's now steamed up, and it's really starting to get nice, and it's looking like that scene in the Titanic in there. Yeah, it's about to pop off. The one bad thing about the popcorn machine is when you're watching a movie a foot away from it, this kind of drowns out the sound of the movie. But it's all good. Look at that steam ball. Whew. We're making oh my goodness. It's happening just like the theater. Oh man, it's looking gold too. Best believe it's looking gold too. Let's go ahead and open it. Oh yeah. That's the magic. The cool thing about these is you can just do that. Really look professional. Alrighty. And at this moment, I turn it off. Take my butter. Just kind of squirts. And when you buy these, they come with a scoop, so you just go ahead and scoop it. And it's got little holes in here, so if there are unpopped kernels, they just go in those little holes. I usually let it rest just for a second, but as you can see, you're getting the golden kernels, you're getting the white kernels. If you wanted it to be pure yellow, you could probably do a cup to a cup if you wanted it to go really, really crazy. But I don't go that, sometimes I go that really, really crazy, but only when I'm by myself. I'll do like half a cup of kernels and then half a cup of oil. But anyway, let's try this out. Alrighty, well the time has come to try this beautiful popcorn. Oops. My dogs just come around and eat it off the ground anyway, it don't matter. Salt, not too salty. Butter's definitely there. This is it. This is the key. That oil really, really makes a difference. Just cooking it in that butter oil. I think it was really only supposed to be used as butter topping. Oh, oil for popping and topping. This is the classic style. Don't do the coconut oil. I did the coconut oil thing, and I felt that I would have to add like a stick of butter. And the thing about the popcorn is, it's not real butter. Like, you never eat popcorn and you think, that's genuine butter. No, it's always going to be the artificial stuff. It's always going to be like that butter taste. That's why it has such a familiar flavor. So that is key. Oh, let me show y'all something. You know I go hard when I got the bucket. That's all I'm saying. So I just wanted to show y'all. Y'all get y'all some popcorn and get that cheddar dust. And I'm telling you, do not sleep on this. If you like making popcorn at your house, do this. Just kind of just freehand shake that thing. You know, I really should get a shaker for this so I can just put that, shake it. Can you see this? Looks like Chester the cheetah done put Cheeto dust on my popcorn. This is genuine cheese popcorn. You can't go wrong. And you're talking to someone who has spent their younger years in the theater making this stuff every single day. This is the tried and true method. This is exactly how it was done in the theater when I worked there. So I hope that y'all take my advice. I have the machine in my house. I kind of care a lot about popcorn, if you didn't know, with all my stuff. But if you're going to make popcorn, try this way and tell me that it's not spot on movie theater popcorn. Because I swear to you, it is exactly that. Anyway, I'm going to show y'all some footage of me feeding my dog some popcorn. Look at that little rat down there. She knew what I was doing. She was hiding down there just so she could eat the scraps. I know your tricks. Let's go feed my little one though. Look at her. Little vacuum. Yeah, get that other one too. Yep, you gotta come out. Thank you. What are you doing on the bed? What are you doing on the bed? You have some popcorn. Ah, you like the popcorn. You could tell she likes it from the tail wag.